fat people that want to lose weight. If you want to lose weight because you're fat, you have to get uncomfortable, eating less. You might take alpha yohimbine, which makes you feel uncomfortable. But in order to get where you in order to get where you want to go, you have to step away from your comfort zone and get uncomfortable to get there. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Right? You got to where you are by being comfortable. So if you want to change it, it's like I say it all the time. Like I said, it's the dumbest, most simplest thing in the world. I tell people this. I've been telling them, and Sean, you can jump in here too, because you've been a personal trainer and all that stuff too. It's like you tell people, if you want big changes, you have to make big changes. So quit acting like you can do the same old shit and you're gonna get all these big changes. It's like if you want change, you make change. And people are like, huh? It's like
they don't
want to do it.
Yep. Oh yeah.
All the same people that want the same fucking miracle pill. They don't understand. If there was a true miracle pill, there'd be no fucking fat people. Put down the pizza, put down the milkshake.
Yeah.
Put down the tortillas.
Or 60-inch cheesesteaks.
12 inches of meat, baby, down the gullet.
Man, you're making me hungry. Gonna have to go out and get a cheesesteak.
Every Saturday, baby. Every Saturday. But it's like, you try to tell these people, they want it. Number one, weight loss happens, the way we used to tell people, sustainable weight loss is 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's it. 1 to 2 pounds a week. You're talking pounds. That's sustainable weight loss. Now, you see these people, they want to lose, 100 pounds in 2 weeks. Fine. It's never going to happen. So when they don't lose like 8,000 pounds in 12 hours, they don't understand what the problem is. But, you have to, A, take some time, and B, realize it's going to suck getting there. But, it didn't suck getting to where you are. So you're going to have to suffer for a little bit because, all the pizza and cheeseburgers and french fries and Philly cheesesteaks and donuts have done their damage, and now you have to suffer for a little bit. Sure. So, when you take a pill like alpha yohimbine, it's going to make you feel a little fucked up. But it's one of like 2 ingredients that does work,
Well, wait, I want to ask you guys this. What do you all think of this? This is my personal opinion, so anybody who's watching this channel, don't get all fucking bent out of shit. Because I know some people are like, he's fucking crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. Because I've done diet after diet after tried so many, just for, to test on your own body to see the results so you can see what it does. Sure. And my theory still to this day is when I tell people, fuck these fad diets, the ketos, the fucking this, the that, it doesn't matter which diet you do. They all work. It's all mental. They all work, but people don't realize it's the calories. How many calories in, how many calories out. People just don't get it. All the diets will work, but me personally, I've always liked the basic diet, just protein, carbs, simple, you know what I mean? Just keep it basic, and you won't get so moody. These people, I got people messaging me, I'm doing a keto diet, I don't know what's wrong, I feel sick. I'm like, you just carbs completely out of your body. The first 2-3 weeks, you're going to be miserable as fuck. And I'm like, you're going to have to get used to it. But I'm like, I try to tell you, you can still have carbs. But I'm not talking, all of us here agree, we like pizza, those kind of carbs we'll fuck around with, but these people don't understand. You got your good carbs, your yams, your potatoes, yada, yada, and they don't understand that. You can have them. That's your fuel. And they still fight with me now because of these fad diets. And I'm like, what are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think like a lot of people ask me too because they know I do intermittent fasting. They're like, oh, do you do it because it unlocks these magical fat burning properties and it changes your cognition? I was like, no, I'm not fucking hungry in the morning, so I don't eat. And they're like, well, I don't. But then, right, that allows me to, because when I sit down to eat, man, I like to eat, So I got overweight. I was in the gym all the time, but I got overweight because I was trying to eat the 6 meals a day, right? Like bodybuilders were doing. And I became overweight because I didn't know, but I was eating way too many calories for what I was doing. So when I stopped listening to other people and I was like, well, how about this? I started fasting, and they told you, oh, if you fast, your muscles fall off your body and you atrophy and you just feel like. So once I realized that wasn't true, now I can my workouts are better when I'm fasted anyway, because that's what I didn't like too, is I would eat and then I would go to the gym and I feel like shit. And it's like now I can still eat. I can eat good meals. I can eat nice portions, which I like, and still come under, or whatever my macro, target is. It's easier for me to control my calories that way. So that's why I do it. And people are like, they want to, they want to sell clicks and blogs and bullshit and say, oh, it does all these magical things. No, it's about controlling your fucking macros. That's what it's about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Because I've done that diet too, and it's in the intermittent fasting. In the beginning, yeah, you're going to be a little bitchy, but then later on, you notice you're not really hungry anymore. You're just like, I don't give a fuck about food as much. I mean, yeah, I still love food, but you'll notice you can go hours. Your body will adapt, and you'll be like more calm, and you won't.
Yeah, you're
snap.
fine. You're fine.
yeah. You know, it's
What do you do in intermittent, Justin? 8 or 12? Because I've heard different varieties of that diet too. Or I should say that eating habit. Let me rephrase that.
4 hours, baby.
I'm more like 16.
Are you really?
16,
Wow.
8 kind of thing. So usually I'll eat, and I like eating at night too. I've always rather eat at night. And so I'll eat, maybe my last meal is around 9 o'clock at night, maybe 9, 10 o'clock at night. And then I don't eat again usually until a little bit after noon after my workout. You know what I mean?
Right.
Although I do take intra-carbs, so that kind of, I don't, and if I somehow break the fast, that it doesn't fucking matter. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people are like, oh, does BCAs, aren't you worried that BCAs break your fast? I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, what is the worst that can happen, like, when you break your fast? It's just ultimately all about controlling the calories at the end of the day.
most people. First off, Eddie, you're right. It's you want to get bigger, you're in a calorie surplus. You want to get smaller, calorie deficit. It doesn't matter what you do. It's very simple. Eat more, eat less. That's it. You know, but it's like a lot of people like number one because they hear about like intermittent fasting and resetting your cells with autophagy and shit like that. Unless you're fasting for 24 hours plus, you're not doing it anyways because it's typically the autophagy starts at like hour 16 and then starts to build up at hour 24. It builds up through 48. So if you're doing like a 12-hour fast, you're not doing what you think you're doing anyways. But I'm 227-ish. I'm in the mid to high 220s. Ate twice a day. Sometimes 3 times a day, and that third meal is a protein shake after the gym. But typically,
Is that the wife or the cat? Is that the girl first, the cat looking at you?
Fuck. But I typically eat twice a day. That's it. I eat my calories in my meals. It's plain and simple. It doesn't matter how many fucking times I eat. I eat twice a day, and I'm 200 and almost 30 pounds. I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but I'm bigger than a lot of people. And I don't eat 6 times a day. I don't eat breakfast. I eat my first meal at 12 o'clock because that's when I get hungry. Plain and simple. I don't like to eat breakfast for some reason, except on Sundays because I get donuts. But outside of that, I don't eat breakfast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I don't care. I'm not hungry in the morning. For me, I don't like to eat. I don't like to eat before I work out. Last thing I want is some giant fucking meal in my stomach while I'm trying to lift because I'll be like, oh fuck, I'm either gonna puke or shit it out when I'm trying to actually do something productive.
Well, you know what makes it easier too is I think like the way you're talking about it, for me anyway, it simplifies the whole process about meal prep and all this other stuff too. Say I want to put on some weight, all I need to do is just add a meal somewhere in the day. When if you're already eating 6 or 7 meals and you got to find another way to prep another meal, it's like, dude, I'll probably eat 5 meals. I'm usually like 3 meals and 2 shakes. That's where I'm at right now. I'm just something I'm experimenting with now, and I really like it. So it's like, and that's because I was trying to add a little bit. So I wanted to add one more, and all you got to do is add a couple hundred more calories, man, and over time it adds up.
That's it.
People overcomplicate the simplest of things. They take a very, very simple structure and they just overcomplicate the hell out of it because you throw in some fancy words so it all of a sudden sounds better. No, it's really like this is basic shit.
You just don't want to accept the truth. People are like, wait, I have to stay at a certain amount of calories and stuff like that, and they're like, well, I don't want to do that. That sucks. It's like, well, keep fighting it if you want to. Go ahead.
It's like it's almost like, especially in the weight loss sector, unless whatever diet you give them sounds like rocket science, they automatically assume it's not going to work. Like they think you have to be some kind of like astrophysicist be able to write this diet. Otherwise, it's not going to work. No, it's really fucking simple. I promise.
Yeah, if you're out there and you're paying someone to meal plan for you, like do your macros, unless you're in like a competition where you have to adjust your diet, you know, or you have like a big goal where you have to make, you know, adjustments as you go along. If you're just going, man, I'd like to lose a few pounds, and you pay someone to write a macro plan for you, just don't do it. Just do it your fucking self. Figure it out for yourself. And once you figure out your macros, I tell it to people all the time. I said it's like with supplements, a little work up front, and you never have to. I tell people, I was like, I'll never in my life ever have to ask someone what they think of this formula or what they think of this product, because you already pretty much know, like looking at it, if that's something you're going to like or not. So doing a little bit of work up front. And you don't even have to get to the level like where we're at, where it's like you're studying, researching studies and all this stuff. And it's not, you don't even have to go to that level. You just get a few of the basics down, man, you're good to go. You don't have to ask that shit anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
True. It's true.
It's so true.
I got to tell you guys this one. When I used to be a trainer, man, I would set up people's training very simple, just a basic sheet, so that way they had an understanding. If you're not with me, this is what you're going to do. So if I'm not there, you just follow the fucking program. And what happened was I would set it up, real easy shit, and you just fill in the blank. I tell you, it says what to do. Squats, 12 reps, whatever. How many? Yeah, you just put a fucking logic. Do you know how many fucking people told me I feel embarrassed walking around with that book?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, it's for you to go through and not waste time in the gym and doing shit that you don't need to do that's not going to get you the results. And they're like, yeah, but I just feel like people are staring at me when I'm carrying that book. I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Meanwhile, you look at like elite power lifters and all that shit, man, they got fucking journals this thick.
Oh, yeah.
About stuff that they keep track of. Because how else are you going to know you're actually making any progress unless you're keeping track of it?
Yep. And
it's called progressive overload. And if you don't know what you loaded last week,
right? And then how would you know?
Overload this week if you don't know what you did last week. You know, my girl, she was with a trainer for 7 years. 7 years. 7 years. She was with a trainer. 7
Nick, I don't think I understand.
When I gave her macros to eat, she said, you need to give me the foods for each meal. I was like, what? I was like, these are your macros per day.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the meals. I can't do that.
So what, you want you to weigh out, 5 grams of yams and stuff like that in depth?
I have her sheet on the fridge. I had to write out every meal.
Yep.
What she could have, how much she could have of it for every meal, 7 days a week. Because her trainer that she was with for 7 years never taught her how to take macros and turn them.
I think that would come up. Just like randomly in conversation one time, like food might come up in 7 years.
Like, you paid this lady for 7 years to do your dieting and never once asked her, like, who, what, where, when, why, or how you're doing this? Are you fucking serious? 7 years? 7 years and she knew nothing. I'm like, holy shit. It's a smart trainer, though. Because if you leave them stupid, they constantly have to pay you.
Yep.
So
forever.
It's smart on her end, because if you're not smart enough to leave me, you have to stay with me.
Yep.
That's true. That's why I constantly say when we talk about our business, I was like, our business model is totally fucked. We try to teach people how not to need us anymore, and it's like, that's fucking stupid, man. Like, you don't get rich like that.
No, you don't.
It's just like on my channel when I point to the back of the wall or anything and I say, look, how much more energy products do we really need? Folks, I know you got like 20 million in your cabinet. And I say, I feel bad sometimes talking about another energy product because I'm like, how much more do you really all need? We got everything we need. Right. But you know what it is? People get excited about buying new shit. Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
You got something that comes out and it's hypey. Oh, man, just like a fucking fat diet. People just buy it like crazy, man.
Like this, this might be different. It wasn't. This one's going to be different. Nah, this one's, and they just fucking do it.
Well, it's like, if you look at Eddie's videos, between Eddie and TJ, like, you look at their videos and then you read the comments, It's, oh man, I can't wait to try this after I just bought Dark Matter and I just bought the new Arez and I just bought this and I just bought this thanks to your last 4 videos. Once those are through, now I'm going to buy this. Oh, shit. The whole thing is like, bro, we should do this last week because now I bought this and I got to wait till these are done. Then I'm going to try this one. They love new shiny toys. It's like,
just like us. I know you probably all done this. You got containers still with the seal on them, and you bought something else. You still haven't got the one with the seal on it. It's
I have so much sealed product in there. It's fucking retarded. Half the shit. I finally opened up a few containers. I'm like, it's bad when the actual color starts separating from the rest of the product. Like the food coloring that was in some of the products separated and went to one side. I'm like.
You reach in, you're like, I just pulled out the caffeine. Here it is. Like, here's the chunk of caffeine.
How long has this been in here that the food coloring is now over here and the rest of the ingredients are now, what the fuck?
Shake it, you're like, is there a tennis ball in there? Like, what the fuck is in there?
Oh, I still mix it up. I don't give a shit. I'll throw it in a blender and call it.
You just get a little chisel, a little hammer and chisel, boom, boom, and you're good to go, man.
You get a little sublingual.
Hey, I gotta tell Justin, I'm sorry. Justin, wait till you get to this point where you get so much shit sent to your house. Like, it's happened with me, right? And you're walking around, you're going through some boxy shit, you're like, oh, shit, I forgot about this. Then you go and you turn the back and you're like, fuck, it's expired. And you want to use it. You're like, come on, worth it. And you crack it open. It was from like 2 years ago. Someone sent me a product for a review, and I'm like, damn it, I forgot it was in the box.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to get a few of those. Yeah. Holy shit, man.
That's how it is sometimes, though. It's good. It's good, you know?
It's fun. I get it.
Nice to have little backups here and there. I got too much. It got to the point of my little brother one day. He finally, I'm going to get back into fitness. I'm like, all right, come on over. I had 3 boxes that are like 2 foot by 3 foot boxes that I just filled with pre-workouts and said, here, take it.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's all shit I don't use. So here, take all of these. He's like, what the fuck is this? It was like 75 products. And I'm like,
yeah, have fun.
Christmas.
I'm not using them. They're taking up a lot of space. Take it. Have at it, bro. And, yeah. Good Lord.
Oh, man.
It's nice having friends.
Well, guys, we've been on here almost 2 hours. Anything else you want to air while closing here, or what?
A long time.
What do you got, Eddie?
I don't know if I should talk about it, but I mean, it's up to you guys. You guys can help me on this one. Eventually,
if you're not sure, I say that's a good thing. Let's roll.
You all know I bitched all of you because we're like family now, where we all know basically all of our business. We shit together. We do everything together basically on a daily.
But actually shit together. We actually do. That's amazing.
We take poop camera together.
Not you. No, I was saying I found the actual TRT doctor that I'm eventually looking into now. So he's famous on YouTube, and I've already talked to Nick about it. So I wanted some feedback from you boys before I do anything. Do you all think I should make like a documentary story on a separate channel in case it gets shut down about my journey with when I go to the doctor, meet with him, because he's on YouTube all the time, so he'll be down to the videos. So, but to help guys that just don't know what the fuck's going on in the world, when
1,000%, dude.
And they're getting fucked up, I'm watching, and I'm like, because these anti-aging clinics I'm learning now are fucking these guys up.
Yeah, dude, they're 1,000%. I get questions every fucking day from people that are, I'm not joking you, man. These kids are like 18, 19 years old asking me about TRT.
Yeah.
There's just, people think it's this magic thing that you just kind of do, and everyone should just get out there because you have these assholes online that constantly pump that shit out, not realizing, okay, this is going to be a long-term investment kind of thing, and the thing is you're not saying it's a bad thing at all, but it's like there has to be more information out there about that stuff. 100%. I support that 1,000%.
Oh.
I mean, people don't realize it's like, all right, everybody thinks, they have low T or they have this, they have that. After my surgery, I was on TRT for 7 years before that. And then when I came off, we did, basically it was 2.5 years off. Went and did the blood work before I started back on again. And my test level, I mean, it was, it was 453. So, I mean, the test level was bad. but at 40
Right.
years old or 53, not the greatest. But, it's more to it than just your test levels. That's the problem. There's like for me, my test levels were fine, but my free test was in the shitter. So that was a problem. So it's like, all right, your test is good, but your free test is bad. So good luck having sex because there's no testosterone floating through your body. So there's so many different factors, just like the E2, whether they put you on Clomid, this and that, when you were the one guy that you sent me a video of. People don't realize that there's much more to it, than just, I'm going to take this and life is going to be good. No, there's a million different factors. You got to get your blood tested, every 3 months minimum, because they'll constantly try to fluctuate because they don't want you to go too high. You don't want to go too low, but it's not illegal. So I would think keeping it on your channel would be okay because it's not illegal.
Right.
But I mean, because if it's prescribed by a doctor, it's legal. So I would think that it's okay, especially if you put
Well, and we always see people too. You see like how impressionable people are when they see social media and stuff like that, and it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like a lot of these guys and women that are these, say, elite level physiques and things like that, they're fucking crazy, right? They're seriously fucked in the head. So you have to ask yourself, is that really the route I want to go? And not meaning TRT like in general, but I'm saying like a lot of people are they see these people and they go, I want to be like that. It's like you fucking sure? You're fucking sure you want to be like that? Because that's going to change the trajectory of the rest of your life if you want to be like that person right there. And I think the more information you can get out there about stuff like that, because it's like all the rage right now, like everybody from 17 to 50 asking me about TRT, and I'm like, go ask your motherfucking doctor, like, what do I look like? It's not a fucking supplement question. This is just a testosterone replacement therapy. Go talk to your fucking doctor. Like, what is it? And people don't want to do that, but you still want to do the whole, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it is, it's like we have a TRT clinic down the street here. Not Forever Young, it's a different one.
Yeah.
But they prescribe Tren.
What?
Tren is 100% illegal. No, it's Finiplex, which is made out of horse pellets for horses. That's what it's for. And somebody was smart enough to realize that you take these Finiplex pellets and you can cook them in a way where then it becomes injectable for a human. And Tren is one of the greatest drugs.
Sounds like heroin.
Certainly.
Sounds like gonna cut this clip out.
Tren is probably one of the greatest drugs in the world you can take. However, it is 100% illegal as fuck, and we have anti-aging clinics prescribing it. How? It's illegal. You can't. No pharmacy in the world can make it legally for a human being, but yet they're doing it. That's the problem. You think you walk into a doctor's office and you're like, all right, they're prescribing me Tren, so this is okay. It's legal. No, it's not. It's illegal as shit. But you don't know any better because this is a doctor and they're prescribing it for you. So that's teaching people and educating people about it is a smart thing because, like, especially with that kind of drug, the side effects that you can get from that kind of drug, they could wind you up 6 feet under. People don't understand that shit. The mental and psychological strains that it puts on your brain can fuck you to hell and back. And people don't understand the true side effects of drugs and steroids. They don't understand. It's a lot bigger than, look at this guy on stage. No, you don't want to see the pretty or unpretty picture that led to this.
A lot of times when you see some of these pre-workout formulas, it's because of Tren.
Yeah.
You're like, the only reason why you think this is a good idea is because you're on fucking Tren.
Yeah. So it's like, I think educating, whether it be just your followers or other followers in general, educating them on, because this isn't one of those things where you just go, I'm going to jump on TRT and then 6 months later I'm going to stop. That's not how this works. Like, this is a lifetime commitment, for a reason. Like, it's for a medical purpose. Yeah. And the more education that you can give to people on it, the better, because most people don't know shit about this. I'm like a walking encyclopedia of steroids, but that's because I've been around it since I was 22. I'm 40, you know. This isn't anything new to me. I've tried everything known to man because, you know, I'm a guinea pig. I like to try shit. I fucked myself to hell and back on steroid cycles before. If I could turn back the clock, trust me, I probably would have never taken them because of some of the very bad side effects with certain shit. But, you know, unless you educate people, because when I started taking them, we had AOL dial-up, which young kids don't know about. Mm-hmm. We didn't have the internet to search around and have, you know, hey, quick question. That's not how it worked. You know, it was, oh, you're the biggest guy in the gym. Let me ask you a question. I want to look like you. That was our information. I want to look like that dude over there. You know. So in the meantime, I fucked myself to hell and back. 22 years old, and I see kids doing it now, and I'm like, yeah, you're fucking stupid because you're a teenager. We have a kid that was in high school in West Boca. At 16 years old, he was on TRT. At 16, he took steroids and couldn't get an erection. So imagine being 15 years old and you can't get a boner. Your life is fucked. So at 16 years old, he's on TRT because these kids they don't know any better, you know. So educating people. I don't think YouTube, because since it's not illegal, would shut it down. I would say roll with it on your main channel, but you know, people need to learn.
Either that, or I'm gonna create a separate channel just for us to talk about shit like this.
we can have some good talks about some.
They're gonna be like, dude, your testosterone is 2,000. You don't need TRT.
They tested. You know, it's funny.
You need to jerk off more.
It's like, you know, if you do that, because I sent him what I want to do the other day with the kid to show the same. I wanted the same protocol that the kid uses. He's like, you know, you're gonna be horny 24/7. I'm like, oh man, that's already a problem now. Like, oh man,
yeah,
gonna bump it up.
I remember I was like mid-ish to late 20s, and my doctor went and did my physical, and my doctor's like, I got a question. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, what exactly are you doing? What are you thinking? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Creatine.
Like, testosterone levels came back unreadable. I was like, what does that mean? He's like, they were too high for the test.
That should be actually on your next marketing campaign for the next Immortal. Formulated by a guy whose testosterone levels were unreadable.
I was like, what exactly?
I'd buy that shit in a heartbeat.
So I'm saying, I was like, what do they test the cap out to? He's like 10,000, and I'm like,
come on.
Yeah, it came back higher than 10,000.
So what you were saying is you're walking around with a 24/7 boner?
I masturbated a lot. Multiple times a day on top of having sex. It was if the wind blew 20 feet away from me, my dick got hard. It was very bad for chest day in the gym.
So hold on, let me grab a pen and paper. What were you taking then? Let me
Nick, is that why your camera was so cloudy last time around?
Always.
He's not. What do you think he's using to hold up his phone right now?
Take it easy. Knock.
Yeah, it's you know, we've had, you know, we've seen tests back as high as, you know, 50-something thousand.
Come on.
Yeah. It's not unheard of, but you're taking very dangerous, absurd amounts. And, you know, I mean, when you're younger, you don't know any better. You know, it's like, we went.
More is better.
We used to go by the more is better.
Yeah.
And it definitely was not the smartest. But, you know, yeah, I've had my doctor look at me. When I had a heart attack, the first thing they asked me when I was in the hospital, they said, doctor goes, what do you want?
Creatine.
Like, what steroids are you taking? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, what steroids are you taking? I'm like, I'm natural, bro. He said, buddy, 5'8", 280 pounds, and you're going to tell me you're natural.
Right.
Yeah. I take workout, bro.
Was your cholesterol through the roof too?
No, over the years I've learned there's ways to circumvent your cholesterol flying through the roof, keeping your blood pressure in check. Right. You know, even when I had the heart attack, my blood pressure was 120/80. You know, so that part I just have a defective heart. You know, part of that was a certain steroid that I took. Don't ever take EQ, people. It's good for you, but it's very bad for you too. But you know, certain things can trigger certain genetic conditions, and that happened to be one of them. But like my blood pressure's always been fine. My cholesterol's always been fine. When they did my last physical, my girl was laughing because it was like a 5-page report, and everything came back healthy as a whistle. My heart works like shit, but outside of that, everything came back normal.
Outside of that small detail.
I eat carbs. Everybody knows me. I eat carbs. I eat shit 24/7. And my girl eats healthy 24/7. And my fasted blood glucose was lower than hers. And she's like, "How the fuck?" And I'm like, "I'm healthy."
Right, you intermittent fast, man. You fast.
You know, you should eat more pizza. You should eat more pizza.
God.
You know, but you learn over the years of doing a bunch of stupid shit to not do stupid shit anymore.
Well, I think that's actually like really important, like what Nick just said, like for people to understand. It goes back to that whole like, let's take a snapshot of someone's life and make all these judgments about it. You could see Nick and be like, oh, he on Sunday morning eats a box of donuts. So like we all know this. On Saturday morning he has a giant Philly steak and stuff. But Nick also, you know, he's 40. For the last, he's been a trainer and he's been, you know, in nutrition. He's put in the work and he's done some crazy shit too at the same time. But all that leads to this moment now where he can do that. You know, It's like where other people will look at him and go, oh, well, fuck, I can do that. It's like, well, did you do the whole lead up? You know, and that's what we constantly get wrong with social media and stuff like that. People just see a snapshot in time and they go, I'm going to do what you're doing right now. It's like, that's not how I got here. Like, that might be what I'm doing now, maybe for a little tweak here and there, but that's not how I got here.
Yeah, great point, brother. You know, everybody knows. They're like, every time they see me on Saturday, they're like, is it cheesesteak day? It's like, it's like a joke when I walk into the gym on Saturday. They're like, is it cheesesteak day? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, how do you eat the way you do? 20 years of fucking up and figuring out what works for me.
Your body will adapt.
It's a long fucking trip that I took to get to the point where I can have a cheesesteak every Saturday and donuts every Sunday and a pizza every Sunday and Friday night cheeseburger with French fries and cheese sauce. There's a lot that built up to it. It's called 20 years of figuring out what I can and what I can't do that allow me to eat like a dick and not be a morbidly obese fat ass, you know? Because if anybody tried to eat the way I do, they'd probably be very fucking fat.
Especially if you're eating 6 meals a day, too.
Yeah. You know, I eat my 2 meals a day.
And you make every bit of it count.
Every calorie counts, you know what I mean? Every calorie counts. My lunch every day is the same thing. It's 2,500 calories. Popcorn chicken. Everybody laughs because I eat popcorn chicken from Publix every day for lunch. Are you serious? I'm like, yeah. I love it. It's chicken. They're like, it's fried chicken. It's chicken. It's chicken, maybe wrapped in like, you know.
I didn't know it. Did you guys know this? I did. This is new to me. I didn't know you eat popcorn chicken every day for lunch.
Every day, I have popcorn chicken every day for lunch. I wash that down with some Hawaiian sweet rolls, and
look at Justin's face. Look at his face.
I love it, man.
You know, and people are like, "How do you do this?" And I'm like, years of figuring out what my body will allow.
Alpha Yo Himbine. I take Alpha Yo Himbine.
And Alpha Yo, take some Alpha Yo. It's good for you. You know, and it's like, you know, I go to the gym 3 times a week. You know, like today I was supposed to go to the gym, but I was like, I'm not going to go work out today. So sometimes 3, sometimes it's 4 days a week. Sometimes I just won't go for a week. You know, but at 40 years old, I figured out what I can and can't do. It's not this. It's definitely not copying somebody else's blueprint because what I do is absolutely fucking retarded. I don't just anybody does what I do. It's very bad. But, you know, you got to find something that works for you. It's not rocket science. But, you know, it's like Justin said, it's the years leading up to this point that allows me to do what I do or this person to do what they do. So, you know.
All right.
Yeah. And I love popcorn chicken. I love popcorn chicken.
I'm going to try that.
And then tonight, you know what I'm going to have for dinner? Tonight is
pasta.
hot Italian sausage. It's 2 subs, so 16 inches of hot Italian subs.
Nick,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out clips.
But what
of
are you
this.
having
Tonight
for
I'm
dinner?
Tonight I'm pulling out clips of this. I'm having 16 inches. I'm having 12 inches on Saturday. Just fucking soundbite it.
Oh, it's like my post on Instagram. They're like,
Queen.
16 inches of man meat today, and they're like, really, 16 inches of man meat? Like what?
With it going down my throat, with cheese sauce going down my throat.
Dethrone 16 inches of man meat. People are like, seriously, bro? And I'm like, luckily, the good part about it is that like a friend of mine, he's a model. You know, he's beautiful. So like, he's a huge like gay following.
Michael Hearn?
So he's not allowed to say, what was that?
Michael Hearn?
No,
Natty?
he's such a liar. Ooh, I'm all natty. Fuck you, bro. But like, luckily, I don't have a huge male gay following, so I can say I'm throwing 16 to man, and I get a lot of DMs about it. Whereas if my buddy did that, he might get gang raped through Instagram. I don't know, but yeah, people they're like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, my parents dropped me on my head a lot when I was a kid. What do you want me to tell you?
It's all good. We've all been dropped a few times.
It's like, I don't know. I got dropped a lot as a kid.
Oh God. Well, guys,
So I think you got
go ahead.
footage here for at least 5 videos.
Exactly.
Wait, so one last thing, what I did want to talk about. So, Vegas, right?
Ooh, I'm gonna cry.
I know, Eddie, you're not going to be there, but Nick, you're going, right?
And Mark's
Nope.
going.
I'm not going.
You're not
What?
going now?
Nope.
Why? I thought you were
It's,
going.
oh yeah, I mean, we already got
'Cause he's-
plane ticket, everything's booked, but it's become
Gotcha. No worries.
Yeah.
yep.
So,
All right.
Sean, you're going, right?
No, unfortunately I'm not. I actually went last month to take care of some business out there.
Oh, I thought you posted that you were going.
No, not today. I go to Arnold.
I knew that, but I swear I thought, okay, well, fuck. I'll just hang out with Mark then. Fuck you guys.
That's
Trust
how
me, you guys know I want to be there,
I get it, man. I get it. No worries.
but it's
No.
either that or I get thrown off a fucking 3rd-story balcony. So,
Just to make sure you go to Sapphires. It's the #1 strip club in the whole U.S.
ooh, titties.
Yeah, we sure it's titties? Like, let me make sure I
No,
Google
it's
search
girls.
that
It's
first.
girls.
Okay.
Nick got set up. You, I wouldn't.
I gotcha.
Oh God. All right.
All right, never mind.
Anybody know where next year it's going to be held at? Yet? Does anybody get any information?
Vegas.
Oh,
Vegas.
sorry. I'm lost. I'm talking about Arnold. I forgot. I'm sorry. Because Arnold.
Columbus every year. Columbus every year.
Columbus.
All right.
I
Yeah.
will be
Yeah.
at the Arnold this year. I don't give a
All right.
shit. I will be there. Plain and simple.
You know, that's the weekend. It's my 40th birthday that weekend.
Oh shit! Go.
Maybe we need to fly to you then.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I want to go, but same time, we'll see. But yeah, the Arnold is always my birthday weekend, so sometimes I don't go because we just kind of do something. And
But I will.
40.
This is going to be your
For the
40th. I'd go.
We'll
All right,
go
Nick,
with
Nick, last question, and I don't know if you guys follow. Go ahead, lay your prediction for the Arnold. I'm sorry, for the Olympia. Who's taking it, brother?
Brandon Curry.
You think so?
Yep.
Either of you guys, I don't know if you guys follow at all. Any predictions?
I don't know who the fuck any of those people are.
No, I'm like Justin.
All right, Franco's doing the 212.
He's gonna win, and then next year Flex is gonna win the Open.
All right.
Next year Flex Lewis is gonna destroy the Open, hands down.
I'm gonna pick Fitness Informant.
Oh, he is doing his first show this coming year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is doing his first show.
So Justin, almost everybody that follows me follows you. But when do you do your live? When do you do your live QAs? Let everybody know.
Every damn day. Every day we do live Q&As on Instagram. Well, and I do lives also, but I do the interactive Q&As every single day. It was like, I don't know, fuck, at this point, like 6 months ago, I was like, do you want me to do this every day? People are like, yep. So I do. I have not missed one day, man. That's what I do. So every day, if you have questions, come to my Instagram page, ask me. I will try to answer them as best my abilities. I always have some extra help from some very smart people that follow along with me every day too. And we just try to cut the bullshit, man. Everybody talks about that. Everybody says, oh, I'm honest and I'm no bullshit. Well, that's bullshit, because most people are. Especially in the supplement industry, there's so much, pull. There's so much bias, which I'm not completely unbiased. I can't be. I mean, there's just people that do things that I like more than other people that I do. So you try to answer questions as best you can. But I am the only, like I said, we talk about this a lot. I'm the only one like this that I don't get paid by supplement companies to say my opinions. I don't take money from them. That's what separates what we do from other people. And I do them every day, and that's what leads a lot of people to the subscription for the app and the private group, where we talk about all kinds of crazy shit, and no trolls, no bullshit, no ads, no fuckery. We just, if you want real answers, that's what we do.
And it's too bad you can't save them on Instagram, because I know you get the same probably 5 to 10 questions every day.
But not, well, sometimes what happens is, and that's kind of a good thing in a way. Like I know it's hard for people that follow my stories every day to hear me, but I can see who asks me the questions, right? You guys can't.
Yeah.
So it might seem like the same question, but might be, I get a lot of new followers and people will come, because a lot of people have the same, misconceptions about the industry. So they come in and they ask me the same style questions, and that I really actually love that. Like, I love new people, because you can immediately change how they look at the industry. They're coming to me for some advice, and you can change that for them. And then so, like I said, it is kind of hard for like some people when they see me answer. But what usually happens is you get a lot of new followers. They ask you the same basic questions, and then I try and get them to start thinking on their own.
Yep.
If they don't, that's when you hear me. I'm like, you are now in the ignore question pile, because if you just want to waste my time and just give me this, but if you really want to invest your time, then I will walk with you the whole entire way. But if you're not going to put in any effort, but at the beginning, I'm like, hey, I get it. We've all been there. We all ask the questions that are very basic. So it is what it is. I try to compartmentalize people, and I try to do the best job I can. So
you do a good job.
Thanks,
Eddie. Any announcements for you, my friend?
What happened?
Eddie, any announcements for you?
Oh, you're breaking up. That's why I was like, huh? No, I'm good for now. Just working my ass off. That's about it.
Eddie, where can people get your world famous tortillas?
Tortilla.com.
I'm gonna make my own special edition. Fucking 12-footer for Nick. The biggest tortilla in the world for Nick.
I had tortillas with cheese yesterday. I melted some cheese on my tortillas yesterday. It was very exciting.
The funny thing is, I'm at the company. I still haven't tried them. I just walked past them. Whatever.
Making anything for you? I know you're the man of few words. Anything for you, Nick?
Same old bullshit here right now. Hopefully we'll have some updates soon. So just keep following along on Instagram, and maybe with some luck, one of these days we'll have some good news.
Perfect. Well, guys, as always, I appreciate the time, and I guess we'll see you guys in the group session in about 3 minutes.
All right, brother.
See you guys. Thank you.